According to Shams Charania, the NBA has reinstated Golden State Warriors star Draymond Green after 12-game suspension, sources tell The Athletic Stadium. Green has been undergoing counseling for several weeks, along with holding progress meetings with the league and Warriors. So I just read that statement out because I just want to clarify. I do not think Draymond's a star, so that's how you can tell I was reading that out. Um, Also, Shams adds this to more in detail about this. All sides have been pleased with Green's progress through receiving help over his indefinite suspension from December 14th to January 5th. Regular check-ins among the parties are expected to continue even after Green returns to action soon. All right, so this was very predictable and it was bullshit, but I expected this to happen. I thought Draymond deserved at least 25 games. The NBA has done him a solid, and Adam Silver, like always, is a straight up cuck. This man got bent over, and it just shows like always this guy's weak. He doesn't have authority over anything really in this league. He's bent over by the players. He's too scared to defend people. He's too scared to take a stand. I never loved David Stern, to be honest, but one thing I did respect about David Stern when it came out to handing out punishments, he was a hardliner. He didn't back down. He went for the jugular and he didn't care about offending people. So yeah, this is all on Silver for just being a straight up cuck. That's the way I view it. Draymond definitely should have gotten 25 games. I do have to laugh at him recovering from his alleged mental health anger management problems. I'm not making fun of people who have mental health issues. I've had friends who suffer from it, and I take it seriously, but I don't respect this man and a lot of NBA players who always play the mental health card because to me it's bullshit. It's basically them using a shield to avoid having to face accountability for their actions. They're definitely, for the most part, most of these guys that scream mental health, I don't believe suffer from it. I've seen people with mental health issues, and it's just different. You know, they're not conceited like these guys are for the most part. Granted, there's exceptions, but that's what I've observed. So I think this is a joke, and I think anybody with any common sense has to ask, how can someone with anger management issues get better within like 3 weeks and be almost cured allegedly of their issues? Granted, they did issue that Green is going to have follow-ups, but that to me is a joke. Like, you're telling me this man who's probably had anger management issues for his whole entire life, he's going to turn, I think, 33, 34 in a few months. You're telling me after 33, 34 years that suddenly this stuff is washed away that quickly? If that was the case, we could cure people with a lot of mental health issues very quickly. Just that to me is just a bunch of baloney. It's a joke. It's just very comical to me. I think the questions to ask next is, I think there's two questions that we should ask about Draymond Green and his situation is, will the Warriors try to trade him now? Will they try to get rid of him and see if they can get some value? Because when he was gone, some of their young players were able to step up in his void, and they did a pretty good job, if we're being honest. There are two rookies, that Podziski guy, I don't know how to say his name, I'm just gonna call him Pod since that's his nickname, and Dale Davis's son, I think his name is Trace Jackson Davis or something like that. He has a hyphenated name, but yeah, those two guys were doing pretty well in his place. And I think Kuminga was doing really well too. Obviously, with Draymond coming back, it definitely will affect the production of those guys and their minutes. Not so much probably Pods, but probably the other guys, since Draymond interferes with the playing time, I would say, of Kuminga and the Trace Jackson Davis. So yeah, I think that's gonna definitely affect them. So I'm wondering if the Warriors are willing to trade him because the sum of their parts are better, I feel, when he's not there versus when he's there. So that's something to consider. And if they do trade him, like, where could he go? I think the obvious targets would be the Detroit Pistons, since they would want some veteran to be in the locker room. Grant, I don't think he's a good veteran, quote unquote, but they can fall for that veteran leadership as they spin in the NBA for some of these guys and his alleged championship experience. Or the other target I would say is the Lakers. that he could get traded there. LeBron loves him. He's part of Clutch Sports. They could engineer a trade there. It's very possible. I think he would want to be there. I've heard rumors before he was hoping that the Warriors would trade him there. So that's definitely a spot you can trade him to, and he would harbor no ill will towards the Warriors, since that would be his dream spot. And they can easily wash their hands away of him. So yeah, those are things to question. I would say the other thing to wonder about Draymond Green is, when is he going to do something stupid again? Because I think he will do something dumb again. I don't believe guys like that are ever reformed. He has a trigger. It just takes one play or someone saying the wrong thing to him for him to snap, or just him to go crazy and just be mentally checked out. The Warriors are losing games that this guy can snap. So I think it's only a matter of time before he does something stupid again. He does a dirty, cheap shot or some violent act or something, or tries to injure somebody. It's going to happen again. If I could bet the whole house on this, I would. I would bet the farm. I would bet my life savings. I would bet everything. This man will do something stupid again. It's very predictable. And I'm not rooting for him to hurt someone. Obviously, I'm not down with that. But I do hope if he does, he gets some severe retaliation this time from the players and the league gets egg on their face. I would definitely enjoy that. The league should be clowned. When he does something stupid again, I'm just going to be predictive about this and just say he will do something stupid. And hopefully no one shows mercy to the league when it comes to other media outlets besides ESPN, because they definitely will deserve the blame for him doing something outrageously dumb, which is going to happen. But that's all I have to say about this.